Hello, hello! If you are watching this video, you're probably here to learn about my secret, my power, my manifestation, my intention, whatever you want to call it, to getting good grades. I'm going to try to make this video as short, sweet, and simple as possible because we got tests to study for. Firstly, I'd like to start off by saying that this isn't only for students. This can be for literally anybody doing anything that they want to just do better at, you know? Firstly, I want to start by saying that I feel like a lot of people put me in a box of being a smart student or getting good grades. Don't get me wrong, I do get good grades. I have gotten good grades, so I guess I kind of am a good student, but I just don't feel like I fit in that box. It's not something that just comes naturally to me. I'm not a walking word bank or whatnot. For me, I've always thought like, oh, I'm not smart, like I just do my work. I feel like school is also just a matter of how well you can do your work and get your shit done. Let's get into the video. Firstly, before you take a test, what are your feelings? What are your thoughts? I feel like a lot of people go into a test thinking, I'm so nervous, I'm not ready, I'm unprepared, I didn't study enough, I don't know what I'm doing, and all of these things, right? I'm just like, why is this the default? Why do we do that to ourselves? Put ourselves in like a self-sabotaging mindset right before such an important test, because tests are a very big part of our grades. Why is that the default, and why is that like the conventional way to go about doing things? I totally feel that like nervousness and that anxiousness before doing something big like that, but we can turn that around. It doesn't have to be like that, you know? Or it can be lessened or reduced, if anything. Now I'll get into talking more about my secret. I've been doing this for about 2 years. So about 1.5 to 2 years ago, I was taking a Japanese test, and it was like 10 or 15 minutes before my Japanese test. I just found myself like so nervous before this test, like so nervous and filled with so much anxiety. I think I almost wanted to cry because it was my Japanese test specifically that I would get nervous for, because I wanted to do so good on them because I love studying Japanese. But anyways, I was just really nervous before this test. Like 10 or 15 minutes before the test, and I was like, okay, Rema, like we need to calm down. So I brought out my journal. Background, journaling is something that I do almost every day, and I've been doing it for years. Journaling is just like a normal way for me to calm myself down, I guess, in general. Like where I put a lot of my feelings and expressions. This might be the same for a lot of other people too, or you might have a different form of expression. So I brought my journal out, and I was just journaling to myself and saying like, I'm so nervous for this test, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I kind of found myself like turning it around unconsciously. It's like, don't worry, Rema, you got this. And then I found myself writing like affirmations unconsciously to myself, like, I am prepared for this test, I will do my best, I am gonna do good, and whatnot. I was trying to calm myself down for the test, and I did, and then I didn't realize that I just unlocked a new method for it, like affirmations before the test. Anyways, so it definitely helped to calm myself down, put me in a way better, more confident mindset. I did end up getting like an A in the class, so I think I did good on the test. Ever since that day, I write myself affirmations before every single test. What I do is before a test, normally like 10 to 15 minutes before the test, I either write it in my journal or my notebook or my planner, whatever I have at the moment. I write 3 things, whether that be I am prepared, I am confident, I am knowledgeable, and then I'll write them out 3 times. So I'm prepared, I'm confident, I'm knowledgeable. I'm prepared, I'm confident, I'm knowledgeable. I'm prepared, I'm confident, I'm knowledgeable. If it's an open book test, I say like, I am resourceful. So I write 3 things. You can write whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good. 3 things, 3 times. If I don't feel like as prepared, I'll just write like, I am a good student, or like, I am going to do my best. It's really all about doing your best. And I handwrite it because the action of handwriting something helps to make it feel more real for me personally. And also like taking the time to handwrite it helps to calm me down. Like it's kind of like a meditation in a way, but that's just for me personally. If for you it might be better to like type it out or something, then that might work for you. But anyways, let's measure. So basically I have a class, and we had our very first exam during the beginning of the semester, and everybody in the class, we all basically failed the exam, okay? It was tough. We all failed the exam. and it was a first for all of us, and it was just very discouraging. So we all failed the exam. Then we have our second exam. Our professor tells us, okay, if you guys score 20 points over this exam too, then I'll match that score to your first exam score. But you have to get 20 points over. It was the day of the test. On the day of exam 2 for this one class, I had 2 exams. So I had this exam 2 for this class I was just talking about, and then I had an exam right before for my economics class. The night before, I was studying only for my economics test because I was like, okay, this is the one that I have to take first and I want to be prepared for this one. So I was studying only for my economics test. I didn't study for this exam 2 at all, but I needed to get 20 points over. So I didn't study for it at all. Basically, I took my first exam. I finished it early. I went to my classroom to take exam 2 for this for this specific class. I only studied for the 15 to 20 minutes right before the class. Luckily, me and my classmates studied before, and it was amazing. But while we were studying, there was my other classmate that was like, she was like, oh, watch me get like only 19 points over. And I was like, girl, okay, I do not need that energy. I was like, don't say that. I went to my planner and I wrote in my affirmations. I wrote them 3 times, and then it was test time. Okay, my SD card filled up, so I'm on another SD card. And going through the test, I actually felt pretty confident. Like, luckily, I had that time to study right before it, like the 15 to 20 minutes. And so going through the test, I felt pretty confident, and I know I studied the right things. So there's that. And I ended up getting 22 points over my first score, thankfully. I knew I was gonna, because I was like, it's not an option for me to not get it. I didn't even make it an option. I didn't even think about it as an option. I didn't consider it at all. I knew I was gonna get 20 points over, and I didn't let my mind think anything otherwise. Guess what the girl got? She only got 19 points over. She just missed it. We need to be so careful with what we say, especially for test taking, and this is why it's just, in general, it's so important to go into something like this feeling confident and not doubting yourself. This is just a small measure for test taking and for school, but this can be applied to anything in life. Also, another thing is that when you're writing these affirmations, you can't just write them. Like, it's not just about writing them, it's about actually believing in them and like believing in yourself, doing what it takes to be able to embody those affirmations. So I don't just write like, I am prepared, I am confident, I am knowledgeable. I actually like do things to make me feel that way. This method, it will take practice, because it's not just about like wanting something, you have to actually do things for it. So even if I didn't study for the test, if I write like, I am going to do my best, or I am resourceful or something, it's about being that as much as possible and embodying what is it like to be a resourceful person. Like, oh, using context clues. If it's a multiple choice test, then the correct answer is there. It's just a matter of figuring out which one to pick. Okay, also I need to say this, that our minds are the most powerful tools that we have. This doesn't even just apply to like school or taking tests. Like I keep saying, this is applied to everything in life. I'm just focusing specifically on school and test taking. But like, our minds are the most powerful tools that we have. So why don't we train them to feel confident and to feel good and to do good and to get whatever it is that we want and to feel a certain way about something? Our minds are so powerful. Another thing is like, the universe is listening to you, and it has a hard time telling the difference between what you want and what you don't want. So whatever you don't want, don't even think about it. Literally just focus on what you do want. So don't say, oh, I don't want to fail this class. Say, I'm going to do good in this class, or I'm going to get an A in this class. I'm going to pass this class. Don't even think about failing the class. Don't even make it an option in your mind. Yeah. I could go on forever and talk about this, but I basically just really hope that you were able to take any of this information and apply it to your life, or for school, for test taking. That's basically what I do to get good grades, and I've wanted to like share this with people so many times, every time after a test. The other day we had another test for this class and I asked my classmate, I was like, are you ready? And he was like, I'm so not ready. And I was like, bro, why is this the default though? Why do we do this to ourselves? I really do feel very strongly that these affirmations help me get better grades and just feel more confident in myself right before my tests. And so yeah, I just want to share it with as many people as possible. It sounds so simple, so I also feel kind of funny sharing it because you probably might already do this, but if you haven't thought about it like this, then hopefully some of this information is relevant to you and maybe you can try it out. I guess a measure of this. So the reason I do this isn't like specifically to get good grades. I'm not out here with my #1 goal being 4.0 GPA. Just like, it's not about getting good grades, it's just about doing my best in everything that I do. Testing myself, testing my abilities. I don't even focus on the grades, I just focus on like doing my absolute best and doing my work. And then it just results in getting good grades. A measure that this has been working is that for the last, I don't even know how long, maybe like 2 years, I've been on the dean's list for school, which basically means GPA of 3.5 or above. So my GPA is 3.5 or above. I'm not gonna say it because it doesn't matter, but it's over 3.5. And this could have to do with many factors. One of the factors being online school and online learning, which I feel like helped to boost a lot of people's grades. So it could be that it's not just me. But yeah, I guess the dean's list and GPA and good grades are a good measure if that's what's important to you or if you need proof that this works. Honestly, it's just about doing your best and setting yourself up for success and being confident in yourself and studying, of course. Want to study. I hope this maybe can help some people to feel more confident in themselves and do better on tests because it is a struggle. We don't deserve to feel nervous and anxious before tests. Like, why is that the default? Again, I don't understand. We deserve to feel confident and prepared and like we know what we're doing going into a test like this. If maybe this helps you feel that way, then that's awesome and I'm so happy for you. And if it does, then can you please let me know because I would love to hear if any of this resonated with you at all. Thanks for watching and thank you for your time and good luck on your tests!